Hey y'all! Welcome to the 11th episode of Space Telescopes, a fully dedicated series for tweets and observations from space. All links are available in the description. If you wish to use any of these images as wallpapers, you can find the high-resolution images in these links. NASA Universe. As you read, or listen to this tweet, this pair of colliding galaxies, NGC 4676, nicknamed MICE, would have moved another 63,000 miles, or 100,000 kilometers. This pair was captured by Hubble's ACS in the year 2002. This is how it might look when Milky Way collides with Andromeda in a few billion years. Recycling is good, not only for Earth, but also for stars. The elements fusing in the cores of stars are eventually expelled in the form of planetary nebulae, at the end of life of stars like our Sun. Learn more about nebulae in this month of Nebulae November. Solar flares can be seen across the whole electromagnetic spectrum, due to their varying energy ranges. Gamma rays in solar flares are usually a result of decaying pions, that are produced by colliding protons. Some flares are so bright that they outshine pulsars in gamma rays. Hubble ESA. Located in constellation Virgo, this beautiful spiral galaxy Merc 1337 is roughly 120 million light-years from Earth. Captured using Hubble's Wide Field Camera 3, this image is a composite of ultraviolet, visible and infrared wavelengths, providing us with great details. Hubble Space Telescope. This image shared on Cappuccino Day is a pair of merging galaxies known as VV283 in the constellation Virgo. Located at some 500 million light-years from Earth, this pair emits 1 trillion times more energy than our Sun. A quick update. As we mentioned last week, Hubble's ACS is now up, and is operating normally. Investigation on safe mode is still going on. This multicolored glowing gas cloud, mainly made up of hydrogen and small amounts of oxygen and sulfur, is actually a small region of M17, also known as Swan Nebula. It is located 5,500 light-years away from Earth. Captured by Hubble's Wide Field Camera 2, this image covers roughly 3 light-years across. This pair of interacting galaxies are together known as ARP-91. Located at about 100 million light-years, these two spiral galaxies look different due to their orientation with respect to Earth. Astronomers believe that these types of interactions result in the formation of elliptical galaxies, but it happens over a span of hundreds of millions of years. So, ARP-91 won't look any different over the course of our lifetimes. Hubble NASA. frEGGs. They are not short for fried eggs, but free-floating evaporating gaseous globules. This images feature such frEGGs, located in the constellation Cygnus. It also features 2 bright stars. One on the left is a rare, O-type giant, hottest in the classification of stars, while the one on right is a B-type supergiant. Snowman in space. This Snowman Nebula is an emission nebula in the constellation Puppis. It is located about 6,000 light-years from Earth. This image captured by Hubble covers a small section of the nebula, providing great details of the sweeping curves of gas and dark knots of dust. This nebula is also known as Sharpless 2302. This image by Hubble shows a small region of the reflection nebula, known as IC 2631. Reflection nebulae get their name for reflecting the nearby starlight. This nebula contains a protostar that might eventually gather enough matter to start fusion and emit its own starlight. It is located about 630 light-years from Earth. This bright red ribbon of gas is a supernova remnant known as DEM L249, thought to be a result of Type 1a supernova. But astronomers suspect this is not a typical Type 1a supernova, since it glows brighter in X-rays than usual. This makes them think that the white dwarf might have been massive than expected. Hubble captured this image, while surveying for surviving Type 1a supernova companions. Estimated to have formed 10,000 years ago, by a supernova of a star 20 times the mass of our Sun, Veil Nebula is considered an astronomical beauty sculpted in delicate tracery of ionized gas. It is located at 2,100 light-years from Earth, in the constellation Cygnus. Hubble's latest observations using Wide Field Camera 3, and 5 different filters has produced enhanced details of this nebula. NASA Exoplanets. The number of exoplanets discovered so far reached 4,566 last week, and the count is increasing. In a recent discovery, 2 new exoplanets were discovered orbiting a dim red star. This system is at 65 light-years away from Earth. One of those planets, LHS 1678c, is a super-Earth with 1.4 times the mass of Earth, but slightly smaller in radius. It orbits its star in 3.7 Earth days, and gets 30 times closer than Earth gets to Sun. For Veterans Day, NASA Exoplanets shared this wonderful image of a star cluster, located in the constellation Tucana, at about 180,000 light-years away. The stars in this cluster formed from the same gas and dust, meaning all are about the same age. This cluster is a natural laboratory for astronomers to study the formation and evolution of stars. We saw a system with 2 planets orbiting a star. Now let's see a system with 1 planet orbiting 2 stars. The planet, TIC 172900988b, is a gas giant that orbits 2 stars orbiting each other. Astronomers saw 3 eclipses formed by the stars, while they also noticed the planet transiting them both. This planet has an orbital period of 200 days, and was discovered with just 30 days of observations by TESS. Using European Southern Observatory's infrared instrument on Very Large Telescope, located in Chile, astronomers were able to see deep through the dust and gas of Orion Nebula. They found 10 times as many brown dwarfs and planetary mass objects than known before. This is an example of what Webb could see from space. Also, these exoplanets can be further pursued with European Extremely Large Telescope, ELT, coming online by 2024. Chandra Observatory. As Chandra observed a galaxy in the constellation Taurus, nearby was the Hines Variable Nebula, aka NGC 1555. Variable nebulae are reflection nebulae that change in brightness due to change in brightness of stars, whose light they reflect. T Tauri, on the right, is the bright orange star that illuminates this nebula. Chandra helps astronomers find X-ray hotspots that are energized by explosions or intense gravitational fields. Shown in image is Centaurus A, located at 12 million light-years from Earth, showing off the spectacular jets. This image is a composite of data equivalent to 9.5 days of observations, taken between 1999 and 2012. Low-energy X-rays are in red, medium energy in green, and high energy in blue. Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope. Roman Telescope will empower a new era of astronomical discoveries, with its immense capabilities, that outshine the existing telescopes. Named after the mother of Hubble Telescope, Dr. Nancy Grace Roman, it will be the true successor of Hubble. It is expected to launch in 2027. Webb Telescope, NASA. From the closest star system to Earth, the iconic duo of Alpha Centauri A and B are seen here. In the past, astronomers thought that they had discovered a planet around B, but didn't have a solid evidence. With the launch of Webb, they might find planets around both stars, if they exist. Have you ever thought about the materials used in Webb? Here is a series presented by Webb Telescope team, giving insights on the elements involved in the making, such as gold on the mirrors.
Just look at NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. Its gold mirrors are definitely its most stunning feature. And yeah, that's real gold.
Watch the full video from the link in description. Measuring approximately 1.9 meters long, 1.3 meters wide and 0.7 meters in depth, NIRSPEC is the largest instrument on board Webb. Weighing less than 220 kilograms, it will help split the incoming infrared light, and generate a spectra of different shades of infrared. The analysis of this spectra will help scientists find out the distance of galaxies, chemical elements present, and types of stars they contain. Like fossils on Earth, comets hold the history in space, as they change little over time. Astronomers are planning to study 3 types of comets using Webb, to uncover the origins of solar system. First is a Jupiter family comet called Burley, second is a main belt comet orbiting with an asteroid belt, called Reid, and the third is a target of opportunity comet, meaning it is yet to be discovered. Webb Telescope, ESA. Ahead of Webb's launch, Ariane 5's 30.5 meters tall core stage was raised vertically on November 6. Powered by Vulcain 2 engine consuming liquid hydrogen and oxygen, it will generate 140 tons of thrust. Also, it will control the roll maneuver during ascent phase, to prevent overheating of Webb from exposure to sun. With the core stage raised, the 2 solid rocket boosters will be attached to it, on the launch table. Together, the solid boosters provide a thrust of 1,200 tons, making up 90% of the rocket's thrust capacity during ascent. Space Telescope Science Institute. Remember Dr. Ori Fox from the first episode of Space Telescopes? He started working on infrared detectors for Webb mission, at University of Virginia and NASA Goddard. Now, he is a scientist at Space Telescope Science Institute, waiting for his own data on supernova explosions from MIRI instrument, onboard Webb. That's it for this video. Thanks to these engineering marvels, opening windows to the universe, and thanks to you friends for your patience. See you next week.